going on? Welcome to Teasing the NFL. I've got Andrew Chang over here on my right. I'm Daniel Saludo. We are taking you through week 2 of the 2020 NFL season. And on deck, we have the New York Giants taking on the Chicago Bears. Chicago is the favorite here at -5.5.
What?
And the total is 42. So New York gets teased up to 11.5, and Chicago gets teased down to just half, basically across the 0 to plus 0.5. The over gets teased up to 36, and the under gets teased down. The over gets teased down to 36, and the under gets teased up to 48. So I think somebody here is very shocked and surprised that somehow Mitch Trubisky has a big-ish number at 5.5.
Yeah, I would think so. I know that their defense is somewhat good, but enough to carry Mitch Trubisky and his fumbles and his interceptions, I don't think so. So immediately I'm looking at the big old 11.5 the other way for the Giants. And might be a little biased because I have Evan Ingram on my fantasy, but actually the Giants didn't look that bad against the Steelers.
They look pretty good, honestly. It's Pittsburgh trying to dust the cobwebs off, but if Daniel Jones doesn't throw that heinous kind of, people will say heinous interception, but he was trying to get rid of the ball, throw it back in the end zone. He got rid of it a little late. If that interception doesn't happen, then that game is probably a lot closer than people realize. But it was a huge momentum swing for them. But like him, I don't really understand why Chicago's getting so many points. It definitely feels like plus 11.5 is kind of almost a smash play here, because I think the New York Giants are actually better than most people think. And Chicago, the reason why Chicago did well against Detroit is because we talked about it in the Detroit Green Bay video. Detroit's secondary was just annihilated and did not have any legitimate starters. Just absolutely no starters.
Obliterated.
Because by the near the end of the third quarter, they were down 3 starting cornerbacks in total. And so that left nothing but backups there. So this is how bad that they were, that Mitch Trubisky was able to throw 3 touchdowns on them. But if you actually have legitimate starting corners there, I think he struggles a lot more.
Yeah, I like that reasoning. The only reason why I'm going for the 11.5 is because when you're going to ask me to say, hey, Mitch Trubisky, win me the game, versus, all right, Danny Dimes, just kind of keep it close.
Yeah.
You know, like
you're under double digits, yeah.
You know, like
10-point game.
Dude.
That's what the Steelers game was. It was a 10-point game.
Yeah, and then I think you would have covered. You would have hit. So I like that. It's a little more comfortable for me, seeing that I always call them the bad news Bears.
They could very well be bad news in this game.
Yeah, it just, I don't know why I would pick the Bears just to win outright.
Because you feel like there's a danger they could easily lose this game. Trubisky could easily go back to his old ways against a normal, average ranking defense and struggle.
Oh, yeah. I think that could very well happen in this game. I think they're giving him a little too much respect.
I definitely agree with that.
Definitely got a lot of stat padding from the first game of the season. And it's like, oh, well, he turned a new leaf, like he's... he opted out of his 5-year contract.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think they opted it out. So
yeah, they didn't extend him, and they got who's it? Nick
Foles.
Nick Foles. Yeah.
They bought out Nick Foles' contract just to get Mitch Trubisky started.
Super Bowl champ. I mean, you just
absolutely terrible.
Don't know. Yeah, that's why I said the bad news Bears. So I'm a little more comfortable with the 11.5 for the Giants. Are you leaning towards a number here?
Yeah, I am leaning towards the Giants here, to the point, and he knows this, that I am very far down on Mitch Trubisky. And to the point where I think the Giants can win this just outright. And so I am thinking about putting a little bit on the money line at plus 200. The money line's plus 200, so it's 2-1. $100 gets you 200, and he kind of knows I like to sprinkle on the money line every now and then if there's perceived value. And if I analyze it correctly, I think I had 2 or 3 money line wins last season. So I think this is a really good change. I just have a hard time trusting Trubisky. I mean, he was not good in that first half.
And I'll just sidetrack for a minute for money line, because even if Danny was 2-2, 2 wins, 2 losses, the money he made from that money line probably covered those other 2 losses, most likely. And I feel that in this case, it is a little dangerous. I don't see the Bears winning, right? But when you take a risk, when you gamble, when you do these teasers, you always see things perceived in your way. It's like, dude, I can never see Philadelphia losing to Washington. Yeah. I could never see, Indy losing to Jacksonville. Like, come on, man. Like that's a no-brainer, right? Wrong.
Yeah, it happens.
So, but when Danny says value, let's just say the money line for this game is 200. So if you bet 1, you get 2. Mm-hmm. I kind of don't feel like that's at a value that I want to take. I would much rather just bet maybe like 200
on a New York Giants teaser.
On the New York Giants teaser.
I do. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but it's less to put up.
Correct.
So that's why.
Yeah, but that's the wonder of money line, and I think for just some matchups that we know, no matter what the odds are, it's like, oh, dude, this team has this other team's number, and if you're giving me a money line to take it, then yeah, I'll take it. Especially, I think 200 is around like the teetering. Now, if this was 250, I would just be like, okay, like.
And that could happen. You never know. You may get a bigger number come Sunday. Things could happen. Reports can happen. But
right.
I generally like 2-1, or depending on the team, like 185, 180 and up is what I generally prefer on the money line. This isn't. I'm not saying I'm going to bet this money line, but if I feel like I just don't trust Mr. Trubisky, and I feel like this is extremely winnable. Not just they have a good chance if this happens and this happens. No, I think they can just win this outright, because I don't trust Mr. Trubisky. So if I'm going to place a bet on this, I want the perceived money value, which is 2-1.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's not a bad bet. I mean, I don't think this would kind of be on like one of your top tiers of this week.
It's upper, but I'm just going off of pure. This is just me, my own bias, and it's just me going off of what I think happens.
That's gambling, America. I mean, if you feel
it's gambling, is
you
a little
feel
bit
a certain way,
too.
yeah. I mean, obviously, like this is the choice you want. Even the notion of taking that money line, it's like, okay, I like the odds. Doesn't matter if they're stacked against it. I just have this feeling that I can't shake. It's almost like when you're at a casino and the dealer offers you insurance or insurance. And everyone on the table is like, nah. And then you're that one guy who's like, you know what? This guy hasn't had a blackjack in a while. F it. Let's do it. And then you know what? You win. He flips it over. It's like, all right, here's your hand, and takes everyone else's. And you're just like, oh, all right. So money lines once in a while is okay. With this bet, Danny likes it, so I'm just going to tell him, go right ahead. It is a nice little payout, 1-2, like 2 I said, or 2-1, yeah. But for me, I was like more than 2. 2 was like teetering right there. I just remember like last season where it was like the Miami Monday
night game, the Sunday game, the Week 17
man.
game where it opened at 1,000, and I think it was 750 by Sunday. Yeah.
That's the site.
That's where it was. But that one's different. I mean, that one's a literal crapshoot.
It was almost like someone betting Holly Holm versus Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm actually with Andrew that a great value really is New York plus 11. I'm already thinking New York's just going to win this game outright. So to get them plus 11.5 is really, really great value. It's actually fantastic value if you really think about truly perceived value. But this is kind of it's in the upper areas of my kind of choice of betting / no sweat bet.
And shoot, I might even be with Danny on this one. Like, come game day, if I like it, like, all right, man, like, we can split this.
Split this money line.
We can do like 50-50, or even like be like, you know what, like, we've already won some games. If we've already won something through the week or last week, it's like, you're playing with house money, just go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. So.
And don't be afraid to go for it sometimes. It's, you don't have to put up a full unit. You can do half a unit, split it with a friend or something, and,
That's right.
why not? See,
just
it's a little bit extra, and it makes it a little more fun, too.
You just never know. It's like, oh, you like how we call that money line? Like, yeah, But then it's just like, oh, man, what were we thinking about that money line, dude?
You mean like the Washington game
last
season?
Man, dude. Hey,
plus 400.
Washington has been kind of
annihilated on it.
They've been kind of screwing with the teasing the NFL for a while. So
it's all right. That's what we're staying away from.
Might have to avoid the Washington football team for a minute.
But that's in an upcoming video. But until then, for Andrew Chang, I'm Daniel Saludo. We both love the New York Giants in this. So, very much think about this as part of your teaser. And if you like this, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment below. If you like the videos, please subscribe. Tick the notification bell. Select all so that way you are up to date with all of our videos when we post them. That's right. But until then, don't forget to get your bets in. Get that money in when you're ready. And don't forget to be a tease.